before we start the video, I have a big announcement to make on this channel. Starting from this video and onward, I will be posting 1 or 2 minute versions of the videos I upload on YouTube on Instagram. One of my goals for the next year or so is to get 10,000 followers on my personal account, and also I want to integrate some of the YouTube stuff I do into my personal Instagram account. So again, before we start the video, real quick, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at bsouls. But yeah, that's about it. Let's go ahead and get right into the video.
I'm on my way to an island and I'm popping shit at the pilot. Niggas be broken, be sobbing, but still talking shit like they violent.
Kemba Walker has been lighting it up this season, and it has been a treat to watch. So far this season, he is averaging 29 points a game on amazing shooting splits alongside 6 assists and 5 rebounds. The pinnacle of the season so far for him was when he dropped a staggering 60 points on the Philadelphia 76ers, however in a loss. And his amazing play so far this season has brought up the question of exactly how good Kemba Walker is compared to his peers, as he has been playing at a high level for the past couple of years, yet is rarely mentioned with the likes of a Kyrie Irving and a Damian Lillard. And there are a couple of reasons that I want to talk about in this video, the first one being the lack of help he's received in his career. And I would definitely say out of all the elite point guards in the league, Kemba Walker has easily had the least amount of help in his career. Kyrie has had the luxury of playing with LeBron James and Kevin Love for 4 years. John Wall has played with Bradley Beal. Kyle Lowry has played with DeMar DeRozan and now Kawhi Leonard. Stephen Curry and Russell Westbrook have been a part of some of the greatest teams of all time. Chris Paul has played with multitude stars in his career. Hell, Simmons was blessed with Joel Embiid before he even came into the league. Yet Kemba Walker, he has been blessed with prime Al Jefferson and Nicholas Batum as the 2 best players he's ever played with. Simply amazing, am I right? The point is, Kemba Walker has been stuck in an organization that has not shown any ability whatsoever, whether it be through trades, drafting players, free agency, or developing players to surround a star player like Kemba Walker with adequate help. And I don't get why this isn't talked about enough in the community, but I vividly remember in the 2015 draft, the Celtics wanted to move up and draft Justice Winslow so badly that they made an offer including 6 first-round draft picks in order to be in position to draft him. And you know what the Hornets said to that offer? No. Now, no one knows exactly what draft picks were offered. It could have been picks that were late in the first round or were heavily protected. But if you know about the treasure chest that the Celtics possessed at that time, we're talking about a chest that included 3 unprotected Nets draft picks that ended up being Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Colin Sexton. But on top of this, not only did the Hornets reject that trade, they didn't even pick up Justice Winslow and instead picked Frank Kaminsky. This is the management that Kemba Walker has been working with his whole career. He has never really even had the opportunity to show how he can perform with proper help around him and in big game situations like other point guards have. And because of that, we give the other point guards the benefit of the doubt because we have seen what they can do in big game situations. But at the same time, it's just simple as he's not as good as the other point guards. Despite him having the least amount of help out of all the elite point guards, let's actually ask this question. If we switch any of these elite point guards on the screen, how many of them actually get better with Kemba Walker instead of who they have? But you might be saying, the systems for these teams are different, bsouls. That's not a fair comparison. Fine, let's do the opposite and put these elite point guards on the Hornets, a team that is not perfectly catered to their playstyle. There are 5 or so point guards that many would argue would lead this team better than Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker sadly is playing in the golden era of point guards, and despite his amazing play, there are just those who are playing even better. Kemba Walker reminds me of Chris Webber in this way. Chris Webber was an amazing player and put up amazing numbers, a full-on NBA legend. But when you play in a league where prime Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett are at the peak of their powers, you will get overshadowed. That's just how it is. However, I will say this, if Kemba continues his play of averaging 27 to 28 points per game and carries this team to a 6 to 7 seed in the Eastern Conference that is actually good for once, I would say he is definitively in the same tier as Damian Lillard, John Wall, Kyle Lowry, and Ben Simmons, along with Kyrie and Russell Westbrook, depending on who you talk to. A tier that I thought he was always on the edge of being of, but once again, because of the lack of winning and eye-popping stats in his career, was never really a part of, at least to me. But that all can change this season. But if there's one thing we can all agree on, it is the fact that Kemba Walker's talents are being wasted on this team, which is one of my biggest pet peeves. Which is when star players are wasting their prime years on terrible teams that aren't capable of doing their job and surrounding their star player with adequate help. And this is why we start the hashtag Free Kemba movement. Kemba Walker's in his contract year and the Hornets are forced to make a decision of whether or not to trade him when his stock is the highest it's ever been before he potentially leaves for nothing. And hopefully they open their eyes and realize that as long as they have Kemba Walker, they will be in the NBA purgatory of being too good to get a good draft pick and rebuild properly, but too bad to be a contending team. And I would love to see Kemba on a team like the Lakers, the Pacers, or the Pelicans, where he can team up with one of the top 10 to 15 players in the league and play some contending basketball. But with that being said, if you liked the video, once again, go ahead and, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all the latest videos on this channel. Once again, like I said in the beginning, follow me on Instagram at bsouls. I will be posting a 1 or 2 minute version of the videos I post on YouTube, because we all know about the YouTube notification system and the sub box. And I think a lot of you guys use Instagram already, so might as well get into that game. Also follow me on Twitter at @thebsouls. But once again, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I am out. Peace.